March 27th, 1991, began like any other spring morning in Tyler, Texas. The Casa Grande apartments on Paluxy Drive were alive with the ordinary routines of life. Neighbors leaving for work, mothers preparing meals, and children eager to go outside and play in the warming sunshine. For the Carter family, it was meant to be a day of simple joys. The kind of day that should have been remembered for laughter, the chatter of cousins, and carefree games. But by nightfall, that day would be remembered as one of the darkest moments of their lives. A moment that marked the beginning of a mystery that would haunt them for decades. 3-year-old Emily Carter was the youngest in the family. She was full of life, a bright and curious little girl who never seemed to run out of energy. Her laugh rang through the apartment like music. Her smile had the power to soften even the hardest days, and her very presence filled her home with joy. Her parents adored her, her siblings cherished her, and her cousins, who were visiting during their spring break, loved spending time with her. That week, the Carter apartment was filled with the kind of noise every parent both loves and struggles with. The noise of children running, shouting, playing, laughing, and arguing over toys. It was the kind of chaos that defines family memories. The kind of chaos that feels normal, safe, and full of life. That Wednesday morning was no different. Emily's 8-year-old sister Fallon, her 6-year-old brother Chance, and her cousins Nikki, who was also 8, and Van, only 4 years old, were with her. Together, the 5 children ran excitedly to the playground, just a few steps from their apartment building. The playground was small, but to the children it was a whole world. Their mother could see it from the apartment, and she felt it was safe enough for them to be there. The children were together. It was daytime, and neighbors often came and went. Nothing about that morning seemed unusual. At around 11:15 a.m., Emily came back into the apartment. She asked her mother for a snack, telling her she wanted to take some food back to share with the other kids. Her mother handed her something small, watched her little hands clutch it, and saw her walk out the door again. Emily had often run in and out of the apartment like this, and nothing seemed strange about it. But this time, she never returned. About 10 minutes later, the other children came back to the apartment without her. They thought Emily had decided to stay with their mother, but when her mom looked around, Emily wasn't there. In that instant, panic rushed through her. She hurried outside, calling Emily's name, running to the playground, checking every corner of the complex. But Emily was gone. Neighbors quickly joined in the frantic search. Mothers left their kitchens. Fathers stepped away from their chores. Teenagers abandoned their games. People scoured stairwells, laundry rooms, parking lots, dumpsters, wooded areas, drainage ditches, and creeks nearby. Everyone expected that Emily would be found within minutes. Surely she was just hiding, or distracted, or had wandered a little too far. But as the minutes turned into an hour, dread spread through the community. Something was terribly wrong. By noon, less than an hour after Emily was last seen, the Tyler Police Department was called. Officers responded quickly, recognizing the urgency. A missing 3-year-old child was not something to take lightly. They did not treat the case as a child simply wandering off. From the start, they knew this was serious. The search grew massive. Dozens of officers spread through the complex and surrounding neighborhoods. K9 units tried to trace Emily's scent. Helicopters circled above, scanning fields and wooded areas. Volunteers from the community formed search parties, going door to door, checking abandoned houses, knocking on strangers' doors, begging for information. Despite all of this, no trace of Emily was found. What unsettled investigators most was the silence. No one had seen Emily leave the playground. No one noticed a suspicious car or person. There were no screams, no cries for help, no witnesses at all. In broad daylight, in a busy apartment complex, Emily Carter had vanished without a trace. News spread quickly. Local television stations broadcast Emily's photograph, and flyers were posted across Tyler. Strangers who had never met the Carters joined the search, motivated by compassion and fear. Prayer vigils were organized. Churches and community groups rallied to support the family. But beneath the hope, there was a growing unease. Detectives worked tirelessly to reconstruct the timeline. The other children were interviewed. Their stories matched. Emily had gone inside, gotten a snack, returned outside, and then she was gone. A gap of just a few minutes was all it took. Police began forming theories. The most widely accepted was abduction. To be continued.